Hello class, my name is Michelle Gibson and I currently work as a medical social worker, and primarily that experience has been in hospice, a little bit in home health, and a little bit in the hospital setting. I also did a internship at the Community Mental Health Agency for my first field placement, and I'm looking at doing my second field placement starting in January. So as far as my goals for clinical social work, I plan to stay at my current job for a while. Actually, I'd like to develop more skills in medical social work, and there's a huge need in our hospital that I work for a social worker. There is no social worker, so I'm the only social worker employed by the entire district, and I primarily work in hospice, so I don't do much in the hospital. So there's a huge gap in the quality of patient care, at least in my opinion, because there's a lot more I think we could be doing, but there's no social worker who's kind of addressing those things. So I actually would really love to become more involved in the hospital and really work on bridging some of those gaps and seeing how that impacts the quality of patient experience in the hospital. Later on in my career, I actually would really love to do some combined community mental health, probably based out of an organization that's here local, but also some educating to the public. So I live in a very, very rural part of Oregon, so I'm on the West Coast. And it's very small and very ignorant about mental health, about prevalence of abuse, about trauma, the very real difficulty that people have surviving trauma. And there's this mentality, although it's never directly said, but it's this sort of pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you're fine, move on with your life, get over it. And just a real lack of awareness of the depth of issues that people can experience. Not that there's, and that's not a result of there not being problems in this community, it's just that the community is somewhat blind to the problems that are happening. So I would really love to do some work on the community level, both with the people, but also doing some educating. And in order to do that, I would really want to pursue obviously my master's, which is why I'm in this program, but just understanding people not only from the systemic point of view, but also the individual, because that's going to have a big impact on how I'm able to work with clients and treat them in a way that is most appropriate to what they're needing and how they see themselves and how they see themselves in relation to others. So that's it for me. Thank you, and I will be talking to you all soon. Thanks.